Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. Forecasted temperature is 58 degrees with chance of light rain. Today we are visiting the Orkney Islands of Scotland. At 8:30 a.m., Susan and I went on the ultimate Orkney Excursion, which was a bus ride to see the various points of interest on the main island. The capital city of the Orkney Islands is Kirkwall, which was first mentioned in Viking sagas as the dwelling place of Earl Ragnvald Bruseson, who built a church dedicated to King Olaf of Norway in 1035. The town was then developed around the cathedral and became the administrative center of the Orkney Islands. Our first stop was to see the Italian chapel constructed by Italian prisoners of war during World War II. The prisoners were used as laborers who constructed the Churchill Barriers. The Churchill Barriers were constructed after a German U-boat sank the HMS Royal Oak in Scapa Harbor, which was used by the British Navy as their main base during the war. Up to 40,000 men were based in Orkney at the peak of the war. Remains of several ships that were sunk to try to impede German submarines can still be seen today. The barriers are now used as roads that connect the various islands. We then drove back to Kirkwall for a whiskey tasting session by staff from Highland Park, which is a famous Scottish whiskey maker. After an hour at the whiskey tasting session, they gave us another half hour or so to walk around the streets and tourist shops. After lunch, we drove to see the Standing Stones of Stenness, which originally comprised a circle of 12 monoliths that make up a circle 144 feet in diameter. The site dates back thousands of years and predates the pyramids of Egypt and Stonehenge in England. The stones are believed to be related to solar alignments at the solstice. We then drove to see the Ring of Brodgar, which is a stone circle originally comprised of 60 megaliths, of which 27 remain upright today. It is a perfect circle, 337 feet in diameter, and is surrounded by a rock-cut ditch 32 feet across and 10 feet deep. It too dates back thousands of years and predates Stonehenge in England. It is believed that the stones were meant for viewing the variety of solar alignments relating to the solstice and equinox. Next on the tour was a drive to Skara Brae, which is a prehistoric Neolithic village that was buried under the sand dunes at the Bay of Skaill in the West Mainland. In 1850, a big storm blew away sand that exposed some of the houses. The local landowner, William Watt, who lived at Skaill House at the time, then began excavating the site. Skara Brae is the best preserved prehistoric village in Northern Europe. Indiana Jones, in the movie The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, was seen lecturing about the site. It is significant because the houses still contain the main items of furniture. The individual houses are linked by passages clustered together, forming a tight-knit community. The roofs may have been supported by whalebone or driftwood rafters. They would have been covered with hides, turf, and perhaps with straw or reed thatch, all held down with heather or straw rope. It is believed that the site was continuously occupied for about 300 to 400 years before it was abandoned. It predates the pyramids of Egypt and Stonehenge in England. Today, it is a designated World Heritage Site. We also had a chance to tour Skaill House, where William Watt was living at the time he discovered Skara Brae. This mansion dates back to the 1620s. final stop was for a brief shopping stop in a little town on the coast before heading back to our ship at 4 p.m. Once again, this all-day excursion was a little too much for us and reinforced our opinion that we need to stick to half-day excursions in the future.